Mark Twain, I see you're here early today.
Yes, I'm very distressed. I have a lot to talk about.
Oh well then, let's get started. Here, lay down and tell me what's wrong.
Alcoholism.
Alcoholism? Why, Mr. Twain, you aren't a drunk at all.
No, I was referring to my book, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Oh, continue.
His father is an alcoholic. On page 22, the judge and Pap celebrate Pap's sobriety. But later that night, Pap gets drunk.
Oh, hold on, Mr. Twain. Let me turn off the lights to make you more comfortable. Is that much better?
Yes.
Just like Narcisio and Bless Me Ultima. He would constantly drink, and that would make him a grumpy old man on chaotic voyages.
Yes. And there's the supernatural, like how Huck would throw salt over his shoulder to keep out the bad luck. And if he didn't commit his bad luck ritual, Huck would be nervous and shaky. This happened on page 15.
Reminds me of the supernatural Ultima, and the controversy of her being a witch. May God bless her soul.
Well, I suppose so.
Is that all you wanted to tell me?
No, there's also foolishness and folly. On page 12, Huck and his friends go rob imaginary Arabs at a Sunday picnic.
It's a lot similar like the play in Bless Me Ultima, when the boys were goofing off during the play.
Which brings me to youth, and Huck's innocent understanding of the world around him.
Like Tony and how he questions the world because of his innocence.
Yes, there's more I would like to talk about though.
Continue.
Family. Everyone has one. But Huck decided to leave his behind because of how they treated him. On page 33, he fakes his kidnapping, just as a reason to get away.
Similar situation with Sohrab in the Kite Runner, and how he was an orphan.
Huck is also debating the moralities and his ethics of his choices. For example, when he debates whether or not to turn in Jim for money.
I'm assuming that just like Hamlet, questioning the morals of him suiciding and killing the king.
Since you mentioned Hamlet, I must include Huck's friendship with Jim, even though it's not considered acceptable. And on page 286, Huck was told he would go to hell. That's just like Horatio being loyal to Hamlet, and not the king.
Stole the words right out of my mouth, Mr. Twain.
Well, Doctor, can I add on to something I mentioned earlier?
Suppose so.
Thank you, because that reminded me of when Huck ran away from home, how that represented his wanting to be free.
Like Holden from Catcher in the Rye and how he left boarding school 3 days early.
Why do you say that?
Since you added something, I figured I would too.
Whatever. There's also the issue of greediness that I would like to talk about.
Go ahead.
The only reason why Huck's father returns is so he can get Huck's money. I mean, that's greedy.
Just like Claudius killing his brother for his wealth. Just like Claudius killing his brother for his crown, wealth, and his wife.
I would also like to talk about racism. I mean, this takes place during the time of slavery, and it took Huck a long time to realize that black people have feelings just like white.
That's similar to Hassan, loving and caring towards Amir, even though he was discriminated against.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening, Doc.
I'm afraid I can't give you any advice, because the only problems you stated were themes of a book.
I know.
Well, that was a waste of my time. I'm glad that's over.